Hello everyone, my name is Carlee Salas and welcome to my home office. I'm an instructor at the English Language Academy at DePaul University in Chicago, Illinois. Our department serves international students who need just a little bit more language training before they begin their academic classes. So we teach reading, writing, grammar, speaking, and listening, and we're happy to serve our students in this way. Over the last couple of weeks and months, we have been preparing online classes for our students. For some teachers, this was completely new. For others, we've done this before, but all of us have been working very hard to get ourselves up to date and to provide the best possible instruction that we can online and make it as close as possible to the types of things that you would learn in a face-to-face class at DePaul. So let me tell you a little bit more about that. Our department already had a curriculum, language, learning outcomes, methods of assessment that gave us a wonderful place to start to build our online courses. We were not starting from nothing. We had a very good program that we could take and then kind of reconceptualize and think about, how would this activity be good online? How can we do just differently because we have these other sources and things that we haven't used before online? So we've been doing that this past spring with our students already online and preparing also for summer and fall in this way. Also, our department has taken many of the workshops provided by the Center for Teaching and Language. We also have an instructional designer who has been a great help named Josh Lunt, and even myself. I have taught language classes online before, so I've been trying to help my colleagues as much as possible to think about how to rethink about classes and what it would look like online, and also just some of the technological components that may be new for some people. A typical class might have instructional videos using our learning management system, might be using VoiceThread, which is a way for the teacher to also allow students to leave voice messages for one another, or require even students to leave voice messages for each other. You can have a conversation not at the same time, but you can leave messages and answers and reply to each other, kind of like a discussion board, but you can practice using English and leave a spoken discussion. We also, at this point, still have some courses that we meet synchronously, or all the whole group at the same time to deliver some instruction or to practice some of the things that we've been doing. Many teachers are also using online components of their textbooks, or meeting students individually, those kinds of things. Actually, that brings up a good point, because my favorite part of teaching online is being able to have communication with my students automatically, instantaneously. Sometimes I find that in the classroom, students are a little bit nervous to ask questions. Maybe that's because they're embarrassed to ask in front of their peers. Maybe it's because in their culture they don't usually ask questions to the teacher. Whatever the reason is, students sometimes leave their questions and don't get answers to the things that they are wondering, or the things that they have in their mind that they want to know about, even things like the directions of an assignment. So what I would like is that I set up a Microsoft Teams team for my class. So my team is my group of students, and they can ask questions to each other, like to the whole class. They can also chat individually with me or with their other classmates through that system. We don't need to have each other's phone numbers. We can just do it right with that. And it could even be an application though on the phone. So it's easy. I have access to my students pretty much 24 hours a day. So that I really like, that individual attention. students can ask me a question and I can respond immediately. If it's during the workday, I always respond immediately. If it's at night or on the weekend, I might be a little slower, but again, it just gives me that constant communication with my students, and I feel like I am meeting their needs a little bit better that way. Often those conversations end up also with a Zoom call or a video call, kind of like this one. We can even see each other and chat a little bit more about their writing. I'm a writing teacher this term. And sometimes that even leads to conversations about them personally, which again, I really like to get to know my students in that way. So that's actually my favorite thing about teaching online, is in some ways I feel like I do have that personal and individual attention to my students. So that's kind of what we're doing here at DePaul. I'm so lucky to be at DePaul and to have all the support, technological support, and just emotional support with my colleagues. And we are really a supportive environment, and I believe that we're creating the best classes that we can for you. So I hope you join us in the future, and we'll be so lucky and happy to have you.